Starting off the day with some premium unleaded. It's just because I didn't press this one. I accidentally pressed this one. $6.19. I think regular is $6.09. Self-pumping gas nozzle. Take a look over here. There's a relic. Look at this relic over here. Oh, it doesn't have the handle on it though. Oh yeah, it does, down there. Look. If I would have got regular unleaded, it would have been $5.73. So I paid, 30 cents more. Well, 40 cents more for premium. I don't think it really makes any difference. Also, corner of Hollywood Way. Hey, what's this other road? Magnolia. Griffith Park over there. And now that I'm fueled up, also got to get some caffeine in my system here at Gower Gulch. There's a Starbucks. I also have medicinal ointment here. This is my old neighborhood. I used to live just down the way from here. Gower Gulch. Welcome everyone. Adam TheDailyWoo here. Behind me is John Wayne. I finally have a coffee. You drinking coffee today?
No, I have a Red Bull.
Your favorite? It's the watermelon flavor.
Yeah, the best flavor.
I kind of wish I would have had one. I got up at really early this morning at 6 o'clock and I have not motel I'm staying at. They don't have coffee or anything nearby. So I had to wait till now. I am really enjoying that. It's very warm though. We're gonna kind of step into Old Hollywood today and go to Paramount Studios.
Yeah.
We did a Universal VIP tour yesterday. Today's just the regular, it's like a $63 tour on a golf cart. And you are into a lot of Old Hollywood.
Yeah, I really love classic Hollywood.
I'm into Old Hollywood, so it's gonna be fun. They do have one, but it's sold out for like a month and a half, where you get like a meal, and it's a little extended. This one's like an hour and a half, 2 hours. I think it's like a 2-hour tour, not a 3-hour tour like Gilligan's Island. But it should be fun. It's just right around the corner, and there is parking on site. I checked, $20 to park, and the tour was like $63. I'm inviting you to join me and Daphne for some Old Hollywood.
Shall you?
It's kind of neat walking around here because this is my old stomping grounds.
All we need.
I used to live a couple blocks away. Very unique history of Gower Gulch. A lot of the extras that were going to be in movies at Gower Studios, which is over there, used to all just kind of meander around here hoping to be an extra in the films back in the olden days. Here's Gene Autry. And it's interesting to see this apartment complex is there where the car wash was. There was a thrift store called Out of the Closet that I bought quite a few things in there in the 2 years I lived in Hollywood. And one of my favorite taco stands used to be right over there. I used to go over there with Jordan the Lion all the time. We'd eat tacos right next to the Palladium. And the old Nickelodeon on Sunset used to be right over there too. Now I was always told that this is known as the Rock and Roll Denny's. There was another Denny's on the 101 right next to where I live, or used to live I should say, right on the 101 in Hollywood Boulevard, or Sunset Boulevard. That one closed, but this is the one that has said that all the rock stars would be in here. They're getting in fights. Axl Rose got into it. Which this is all rumors, and speculation, but this is.
Nikki Sixx and Tommy Lee met at a Denny's.
Oh. Okay. Nikki Sixx and Tommy Lee.
I don't know if it's this Denny's.
From Motley Crue. There's a lot of Denny's, but this is the one they always say is the Rock and Roll McDonald's. I'm thinking of that song. There was a song called Rock and Roll McDonald's. It was in Super Size Me. Rock and Roll Denny's here at Gower Gulch. There's an alarm going off. That's not my car. Now Paramount Studios backs up to Hollywood Forever. So swing it through here real quick. That is a Peacock. And you can just drive in here, find parking, and walk around. A lot of notable names are laid to rest here. And just show a couple here. Johnny Ramone. I believe one of the other Ramones is on the other side of the lake. Next to Johnny, Chris Cornell. And you got the Hollywood sign right off on the distance. And I've always heard that from Paramount, it's the only studio in town you can see the Hollywood sign. That goes for Hollywood Forever also. I just realized that Helena Hutchins is also here. And of course, I think when I think of Paramount, I think of Sunset Boulevard, Norma Desmond, the front entrance gate, that archway that is so prominently known from that when she goes to visit Cecil B. DeMille. Constance Adams DeMille and Cecil Blunt DeMille. And the studio right over there. Gonna head over there now. Okay, found the parking area. Lot A right up here. Tour and visitor parking. It's $20 to park. Right here off of Melrose and Windsor. And there is the Melrose Gate. Heading over. There's the water tower peeking up over the hedges there. Going over to the corner of Plymouth and Melrose. This is the building that you sign in for the studio tour. Right here on the corner of Plymouth. Just waiting for the light has changed. I'm noticing that sign there says I Love Lucy Square as well. Yeah. In honor of Lucy Casado, owner of Lucy's El Adabo Cafe and Lucille Ball. Pretty interesting, two different Lucys, hence the name. I go up these stairs, and the original studios down here, Paramount bought them and attached it. That's where Lucy and Desi owned, down there on that corner. Pretty neat to think that Lucy and Desi and all the old Hollywood was all around here.
I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I just want to walk where Tallulah Bankhead walked.
You will.
Oh, that's true, we will be. Oh, I'm so excited.
That is so iconic right there. Norma Desmond. Okay, heading out of the property. Don't worry, I took a bunch of photographs. Wasn't really allowed to film any of the key points. So I took a bunch of photos. Photos were allowed. They're pretty strict on filming, so I was just a little bit on the golf cart, and then we'll just narrate over everything that we saw. We saw a lot. And this was not originally the main entrance. The main entrance was the Bronson Gate, and there was another road that was a public road that went across that way. But now this is the closest you can get up to it here on Melrose. We also got some merchandise. We got a t-shirt. What'd you think?
That's my favorite tour that I've done.
So we did Warner Brothers about 9 or 10 months ago. We did Universal Studios VIP tour, which is a lot of rides and attractions, theme park stuff, and then about an hour and a half on the Backlot there, and then this one. So this is the favorite of the three that you've done?
Yeah, I think if you really love old Hollywood, this is one of the best. Like Warner, I kind of wish they would capitalize a little bit more on their old Hollywood nostalgia, but this one was so perfect. I really like the tour size because it was pretty personal, how it's just like the one golf cart. So it does feel really
7 of us.
Yeah, our tour guide was amazing.
So basically what we're gonna do now is, I have all these photos on my phone. I'm gonna try to remember some of the stuff that he said, some of the stuff that I know, some of the stuff that you know. We can just kind of scroll through the photos, because videoing, they were very strict. I filmed a little bit on the golf cart, I filmed a little bit of the Paramount Gate. Other than that, it was just all photos. And then we'll just kind of narrate as we look through the photos, because there's a lot to see in there.
It was incredible. I think for the price point and everything, it's just absolutely worth it. I think if you're in LA, this is the studio tour to do for sure.
All right, I like that. And I like this little Godfather painting here with the Paramount logo painted on it. Very nice. Okay, now as the car goes by, this is us in front of the Bronson Gate. I'm just gonna kind of scroll through the photos there. There's a photo of you standing in front of the same gate that Norma Desmond went through. They were setting up some sort of a party here as well. And the guide was explaining to us that they use this for a lot of different events. There was like a horror film that they did, the reaction trailer video in there.
For Paranormal Activity.
That was it, Paranormal Activity. And then Puss in Boots they used. They had Antonio Banderas and all the cats were in there. And this is one of the few Forrest Gump benches that exist. So we got a photo sitting on there in the square. And this is pretty neat too, because this was used in a lot of different productions. And he said something about Elvis used this. Elvis over here had Elvis lived in here for a while. I don't remember what the name of the movie was. You remember?
I don't think he said it was for a movie. I think he just said it was a dressing room.
Okay, so just Elvis was here, and this was his dressing room. So this whole area were dressing rooms. I'm just going off a lot of memory. This was Alfred Hitchcock's office. But when Alfred Hitchcock moved in, he put like bookcases up to block people looking in, so that anyone from the studio would have to go in and
that was the finance building, so they put his office in there because he kept going over budget, so they could keep an eye on him. And so they'd walk by to make sure he was working, but then he built the bookcases in front so they couldn't see what he was doing.
So no one ended up knowing what he was doing in there. Okay, this was used, I don't remember what it was used, but it's the other side of where like the dressing rooms were and the production area and where Elvis was staying and all that.
I think these are for the Brady Bunch High School.
Ah, there you go. The Brady Bunch High School. See, it's good that we're both doing this because I'm going to forget half of it. And then this was used in Top Gun for one brief moment. When Tom Cruise walks out, they used it just a little bit. Because they filmed a lot of it in San Diego. This was used in Top Gun. And then we're getting into some of the different production offices and whatnot. This is pretty cool where he's standing. This is our tour guide. This is the area from Sunset Boulevard where Max pulls up in the car. But if you look across at stage 18, this is where Norma Desmond goes in and sees Cecil B. DeMille. And also stage 18, the set from Rear Window.
They built the entire courtyard in there, and they had the cars going by. I couldn't believe when he said they built everything. And they filmed all of Clue in there. The body house was in there.
Clue.
Flames on the side.
And I had you get a photo of me there in front of the Clue and the Rear Window, and where Norma Desmond went and walked in as well. Oh, I took two of those. So this is looking the other way where Max pulls up in Sunset Boulevard with the car. And then this was the office from Sunset Boulevard up on the top. I couldn't recall exactly which one it was, but it was closer to the staircase. So that's pretty neat to see this. So I did my video with Sunset Boulevard filming locations. I couldn't get in.
Remember you were like trying to like go through the screen of like the gate?
I zoomed in, yeah, from across on the other road. So it was cool to see it up close. And then there's me with the arms spread out in excitement for Sunset Boulevard. This is just kind of us driving around randomly past stage 9. Then we're getting into the New York sets, which is pretty cool. I was talking about how some of the doors and windows are forced perspective just to make it look taller. Okay, there's us on the golf cart. I just wanted to show this so you could see we had the back of the golf cart. And some of the things he mentioned, I'm going to forget exactly what they were from what productions. And there's us with our badges. Just like Wayne's World. But there's going to be another Wayne's World moment too, because in Wayne's World 2 they filmed a little bit back there, but this kind of reminds me of backstage badges when Wayne and Garth are trying to get going backstage. Oh, this alley. What did he say this alley was?
It was in Captain America. It's in the first one when he's beating up the bully, and the first time he says, "I can do this all day." I was like, that's so cool.
That's all. You got really excited when he talked about that, so I had to get a picture of that. Okay, more of the different street sets.
He said all of those caught fire in 1984 or something. All those like burned down.
All of them burned down. In fact, we went in, and you could see some of the interiors of the sets. This was used in Forrest Gump, the part where the car wreck is, when he steps in the poop and all that, and then he's like, "You know what happens? S happens," and then it shows the bumper sticker on the car, and that's where the car wreck scene was from Forrest Gump. It's the only part of Forrest Gump that was filmed on site at Paramount. There's just a selfie of me, and it's interesting. I didn't intend this, but I was wearing my Outsiders Ford Coppola shirt, and you know. Francis Ford Coppola, also with The Godfather, so a lot of history at Paramount, so that was pretty neat. It was not intentional, it just worked out that way. Took a few photos. This was an interior of something.
From Bridesmaids.
Bridesmaids. The cake shop.
This is the cake shop. I was using Brooklyn Nine-Nine, too.
Okay. And then this is the interiors where he's talking about the fire. He played a news clip where William Shatner they were doing Star Trek 3, and William Shatner was in the news clip, and he said that William Shatner discovered the fire. He was looking for food or something on another set, and went over, was like, "There's a fire over here."
Yeah, he said that, the guy said that William Shatner liked to see what the different craft tables had on the different sets, and so he thought that they were having a barbecue, and then he found that it was the fire and called the fire department.
So William Shatner discovered the fire. I mean, it still destroyed a lot of stuff, but it probably could have been worse. Okay, this was I said it was the movie called Yes Man, but I was wrong. It was
in Free Guy.
Free Guy. I always get those two movies confused, the new movie Free Guy. And there's the water tower there.
I was using the new Jackass movie.
The whole intro of the new one. I haven't seen it yet. You said you saw it, so you recognize this. The whole intro. It's something about Godzilla?
Yep, something about Godzilla.
Okay, this was used in a couple things. This was used in the Indiana Jones and the Crystal Skull. And then Spider-Man. He said there was a scene of like a dancing scene in Spider-Man.
Oh my gosh, yeah, the Tobey Maguire, the famous dance. He comes out of there and does the dance.
And the Sam Raimi Spider-Mans. And then, of course, this leads down to nothing. Movie magic. Oh, and then these stairs was the Laverne and Shirley staircases. And they also use it in Wayne's World 2 when Mike Myers spoofed and Dana Carvey spoofed Laverne and Shirley. Okay, this was used, he said, in the new Doctor Strange movie.
Yeah.
Looking back this direction. Oh, that's back at the Wayne's World stuff. There it is. So he said this is in the new Doctor Strange movie, which I haven't seen yet, but I heard it's pretty good.
More Sam Raimi.
Oh yeah, more Sam Raimi. Sam Raimi likes Paramount. Now this was used as a water tank in a lot of different movies. The green screen there, most famous 10 Commandments, Charlton Heston.
I was so cool to find out for Orange County, because I love the movie Orange County. And I was like, wow, that's
they
so
throw that.
Cool.
Oh, there was a couple other ones, but I cannot recall what all the different ones. But yeah, Orange County.
Of the Star Trek movies.
Oh, Star Trek 4 with the whales. In fact, I think stage 29 over here on the side of stage 29, when you're driving off property, they have 2 whales painted on the side of stage 29, also known as like Godfather Row, because the Godfather movies were filmed in here. And now Dr. Phil has taken over that stage. And this scene here was in Godfather. But looking back the other way, for one brief moment, he showed us the clip, which I never realized that. This is Dr. Phil's cart, because Johnny Knoxville wrecked the old Dr. Phil's cart. So Johnny Knoxville, just to be Johnny Knoxville, bought Dr. Phil this cart. So Dr. Phil was on site. We didn't see him then. Oh, this is the Lucy Square.
Those are old RCO buildings.
You got really excited about all the RCO stuff.
Yeah, and Katharine Hepburn's dressing room. That's so cool how Howard Hughes built her a separate entrance so she could ride in on her bike. It's so cool. And
then they would send another woman in that looked like her, just dressed up.
Yeah, coming in the front to keep the whole illusion of the glamour and everything.
Here's the map. Okay, this is pretty cool. This was the soundstage from Family Ties, which of course, love Michael J. Fox, Family Ties. One of my favorite sitcoms, Three's Company, Family Ties. up there. Three's Company wasn't on site, but Family Ties was, which is pretty cool to look inside there. And that's what it looks like from the exterior. This is where Gene Roddenberry wrote a lot of the original Star Trek, series episodes right inside of here. That was pretty neat.
Oh, it was cool to find out that Lucy and Desi greenlit Star Trek.
Yep.
They liked the storylines when they bought
They liked that it was a positive space
worlds
show.
coming together.
And this was our tour guide. And then this is pretty cool. This is one of the only RKO sewage manholes that are on site. You can see the RKO right there. I think that might be the last photo. Nope. Into the prop warehouse. Into the prop warehouse now. They have quite a bit of things. A lot of stuff from Jackass. A big tree over there. This is pretty neat. This is the chair that Joaquin Phoenix sits in. Gladiator. There's Bumblebee. There's our tour guide. Just a lot of stuff through here. There's an old Paramount neon. This was in Bad Grandpa. The scene where Grandma falls out. Kind of disturbing. Tropic Thunder over there. The poster was Stiller. Oh, this was
Team America.
Team America. The sets from Team America. Not really sure what those headstones were from. Oh, there's me doing a little Star Trek. This is not old school Star Trek, but still Star Trek. I don't know if it was Scotty that was beaming me up, but someone was beaming me up. This kind of creepy animal. I don't know what this is.
I tried to find the tag for it, and I couldn't find it. So
it's a mystery.
It freaked me out because there was a hand. Oh, you can't see it, but there was like a hand. I thought there was someone in there.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, whoa.
That would really step the tour up a notch. So that's kind of it. This was in a show about dogs, right?
The movie Hotel for Dogs.
Hotel for Dogs. That's kind of about it. Oh, there's me. I'm giving the thumbs up to life.
To life.
I'm acting like I'm Joaquin. And then there's me holding like an Acme type prop, 500 pounds. I'm very strong. And one thing that's neat about our lanyards is when you turn it, so it says the greatest art in the world is the art of storytelling, Cecil B. DeMille. But look, you turn it there and there's the Bronson Gate. Isn't that so cool? It's a nice little souvenir. And now we have found parking. I've driven over here on Bronson, a little farther up. We're gonna go get some food. We have parked over here. We're gonna walk down about a block.
There's so much Paramount tie-in to where we're eating. That's cool.
A lot of Paramount tie-in. The restaurant we're going to is one block down on the little, is it called Franklin Center, Franklin Place? Franklin something. It's on Franklin.
It's on Franklin.
And should also mention, proof of vaccination was required. So I had the hard copy, you had yours on your phone. So if you end up if you want to do the tour, you gotta make sure you have that, or you won't be allowed. Yep. Which I didn't even realize because a lot of places don't ask.
Yeah, you don't have to show your proof of, like you used to at Universal, but yeah, so this was one of the first times on the trip so far that we've had to show proof.
Yeah, and I had mine. You had yours. Good to go. Bringing back a lot of memories of living in this neighborhood. I used to go to this Gelson's all the time to get groceries. I lived one block down that way on the Boulevard. Okay, that was the word I was thinking of. Franklin Village. That's what it is, Franklin Village. And we're gonna get a bite to eat at a place called Bird. You see the neon up top. It's kind of hard to see during the day, but right here on the awning, it also says it. Birds. And it's located right here on the corner of Tamarind and Franklin. Well, between Bronson and Tamarind. And definitely a lot of Alfred Hitchcock stuff all over the walls, above the booths, above the bar, all kind of bird real. Hitchcock would be proud. Quite a wide variety, and the food was really good too. We both got exactly the same thing. We both got the chicken pot pie.
I've always gotten the pot pie. I know the other stuff is good. Well, I'm sure the burgers are good, but that pot pie is just insane.
I am really into pot pie since I was very young. I always loved pot pies back before you could even microwave them, when you had to cook them in the oven. And then the microwavable ones. So you didn't have to twist my arm too much to go get into a pot pie and have a pot pie.
This is the size of one piece of cornbread that they give you.
And you ended up getting a little bit left over. You gotta take some take-home cornbread in the takeaway box. I finally had Birds.
Yeah, I'm so excited to bring you there. We did it.
I lived in this neighborhood for, well, a block away from here. Well, 2 blocks away, let's say. For 2 years, and I never ate at Birds for whatever reason. We did eat at the sushi place over there a bunch of times. There's an interesting mural here as well. This dog has a couple dogs have ice cream cones. This taco over here has this is an ice cream cone. There's Larry David right there, has an ice cream cone as well. There's the dude. RuPaul's right there. Everyone here likes ice cream here in Hollywood. This is right next to birds. Are there any birds on here enjoying ice cream? No. There's a cat. Oh, you know what? That's P22 from Griffith Park.
Oh,
that's the mountain lion.
That is a mountain lion.
Oh yeah, I forgot to show what I got from Paramount. I got this t-shirt. It was $28. It was in the bag here. This is what I got. It's kind of the retro logo, which I like a lot. It has the mountain range on there and the clouds below it. Just shows you how tall the mountain is because it has the clouds below it. A little retro tee there, a little souvenir. This painting on the side of this electrical box. It's a cheese sandwich. Driving up towards the Hollywood sign. There it is up there, top of the hill. And fun fact, this gate here into Hollywood land, you see that? That was recreated at Disney Hollywood Studios leading up to the Hollywood Tower. This exact set, right here. You can almost picture walking that way up to the Hollywood Tower. And then Fantasmic entrance would be right over there. Yeah, pretty cool. Old MGM Studios throwback. And what inspired. There it is. I'm over here near the Hollywood Dog Park. Traffic is pretty backed up. Hollywood. Like an antenna tower of some sort. A lot of wires up there. And that's going to do it for today. See you in the next video. The vlog is